So running a team remotely, it has its challenges. You have to trust your team for the time. You have to be able to communicate. You have to hold the picture together. You have to be able to hold all the components together that the teammates have to work, and get along. But nothing is worse is when you get the timesheets and you just can't understand what your workers are doing. And it's a painful lesson sometimes because what happens is that then you pay for the time because you don't want your staff upset. And I just got off a call with my assistant and my head bookkeeper to standardize this process even more. We have a project management software, but we weren't utilizing it to the best. And we also use Google Drive for a lot of our things, but also it wasn't used to the fullest. So now this employee's timesheet that I was trying to face and trying to pay him, I was trying to paint it with his output and I couldn't. So we set we set employee responsibilities or independent contractor responsibilities so that they are responsible for these tasks and I'm not sitting here doing it as a business owner. I find when I talk to business owners all the time that they are so frustrated with their staff because of these types of things. But I say back to you is that if you don't work on this, it's going to come back to you. So I sat here and I did the tasks and I did task by task by task so that it doesn't bite me and that it literally comes to a process very simply so that on their end it's easy and that there's no two ways about it, and on my end. I'll tell you, for instance, also client onboarding, there's a lot of paperwork. So it was all separate documents. So now I just was like, let's print it out and put it into one document so that the client doesn't have separate documents that they need to do. And there's limitations within the software that we're using for it, but also so the client doesn't find it overwhelming and it's less for me to do when I have to onboard a client, which could be time consuming. Now, all of these things take time, and if it's not like a day like today, an off day where people aren't working, you don't really get to do these things. But on a general basis, you really need to find time to do these things so that your business works properly. It has the foundations, it scales, it grows, and everything builds from there. But you also need to always schedule time to review your processes and systems to see where the leaky holes are so that you can score and scale and do just that. I hope you enjoyed this tip and speak to you soon.